If you find yourself in the market for a used car, you can't help but wonder when prices will return to their previous levels, if ever. But the reason for these exorbitant prices is what we don't know. What is exactly happening in our car market? Join us in this video as we explore the reasons behind these price increases in today's challenging marketplace. Used car prices have skyrocketed to unprecedented heights in 2023, and it's no secret to anyone who has embarked on the quest of buying a pre-owned vehicle. The U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics reveals that their used car index, which tracks the prices of used cars, has surged by over 40% from December 2019 to October 2022. However, since June 2022, there has been a gradual decline in prices, although they still remain relatively high. The essence of the free market used car industry lies in the concept that sellers can sell their cars for the highest amount that buyers are willing to pay. Presently, buyers are demonstrating both the desire and the means to pay astronomical prices for used cars. The price surge has been nothing short of a rapid ascent, similar to an elevator that propels from the first floor to the 10th in an instant. Economists anticipated that prices would eventually descend, but at a slow and gradual pace. However, it seems unlikely that prices will ever reach the ground floor again. Although not as apparent as the rising costs at the grocery store or gas pump, the inflationary impact of car prices is a significant concern for the nation. Used vehicle prices will continue to remain exceptionally high until new market challenges bring about noticeable improvements, said David Paris, the director of market insights at J.D. Power Valuation Services, during the height of the pricing crisis. He suggested that there might be a slight easing of prices towards the end of the year as new inventory increases, but overall relief from the high prices seems unlikely. The surge in prices in the used car market can be attributed to the delicate balance between supply and demand. Unfortunately for buyers, there has been a simultaneous increase in demand and decrease in supply since the United States began to recover from the recession triggered by the COVID-19 pandemic. The spike in demand can be traced to various factors, such as new car buyers being priced out of the new car market. Additionally, individuals who have accumulated savings during the pandemic-induced restrictions are now eager to make large purchases, including used cars. Some prospective buyers had postponed their purchases due to job uncertainty, but now they are compelled to replace their aging vehicles. The already fervent demand has been further fueled by historically low interest rates on car loans. These favorable rates have allowed buyers to stretch their budgets and pay more for a vehicle while keeping their monthly payments manageable. Beyond increased demand, there has also been the issue of low supply playing a role in the surge of these prices. Since emerging from the COVID-19-induced recession, America has witnessed a surge in demand, coupled with a decline in supply, leading to higher prices for used cars. Understanding the supply side of the equation requires delving into the new car industry. As the coronavirus pandemic took hold, production of new cars came to a halt, and factories canceled parts orders, expecting prolonged disruptions. However, contrary to expectations, the demand for new vehicles rebounded vigorously, catching automakers off guard. If you drive by a car dealership, you'll notice that the number of new cars on the lot can be counted in the blink of an eye. This surge in demand propelled new car prices to unprecedented heights, with most buyers forced to pay sticker price or more. Although new car inventory is gradually recovering, making it easier to find a new car without paying above MSRP, sticker prices continue to rise. Notably, in March 2023, new car inventory reached its highest level in 2 years. The increased costs of new cars have prompted many buyers to turn to the used car market, which in turn has driven up prices. However, this is not the sole issue contributing to the scarcity of used cars. With fewer new car sales, the number of trade-ins arriving on used car lots has diminished. Additionally, rental car companies grappling with their own significant shortages have opted to purchase used cars rather than flooding the used market with former daily rentals. Furthermore, due to the disparity between car lease residuals and market values, many lease customers are choosing to buy their cars instead of returning them to dealerships. Before the pandemic, the majority of General Motors and Ford's leased cars were returned to dealerships, but by mid-2021, only about 1 in 3 for Ford and 1 in 10 for GM were being returned. The burning question remains: will used car prices drop, or is the current state of affairs the new normal? While prices are indeed showing signs of decline, it is uncertain whether they will return to pre-pandemic levels. A KPMG report during the pandemic outlined 4 scenarios for the market's return to normalcy, with time horizons ranging from the fourth quarter of 2022 to the last quarter of 2023. At least one of these scenarios envisions the continuation of low supply alongside high demand, which could potentially push used car prices even higher before they eventually decline. Therefore, it is reasonable to expect that used car prices will eventually decrease from their current levels, albeit slowly, unlike the rapid increases experienced in recent times. However, various factors could either hasten or hinder this decline. Rapid interest rate increases combined with a return to pre-pandemic levels of new car production by automakers could cause prices to drop swiftly. Conversely, persistent shortages could prolong the time it takes for prices to retreat significantly. Any new factory shutdowns resulting from parts shortages or the ongoing pandemic could exacerbate the shortage of new car inventory, which would inevitably impact the pre-owned vehicle market. J.D. Power has noticed early improvements in production, which are expected to continue throughout the latter half of this year. However, despite these positive developments, the retail inventory on the ground remains extremely tight, which will keep new and used vehicle prices high, as noted by industry experts. Unfortunately, there is no consensus on the magnitude or speed of the decline in used car prices. Even if prices were to start dropping rapidly, the new price floor is likely to be far from the levels seen before the pandemic. As buyers who have been patiently waiting on the sidelines re-enter the market, their demand will slow down any potential price drops. Furthermore, it is important to acknowledge that even without recent market disruptions, the natural progression of the used car market would have led to some price increases over time, mirroring the gradual rise in new car prices throughout the decades. Consequently, it is reasonable to expect that the price floor for the used car market in 2023 will naturally be somewhat higher than it was in 2019. Yes, used car prices may drop, which seems like good news for buyers, right? Well, not exactly. While the sticker price may be lower, there's a catch. Interest rates are on the rise, courtesy of the Federal Reserve's efforts to keep inflation in check. And this means that the total cost of owning a used car might actually increase. Let's break it down with an example. Say you take out a car loan of $20,000 for 60 months. At a modest 4% interest rate, you'd end up paying around $2,100 in interest over the loan term. That brings the actual cost of the car to $22,100. However, if the interest rate jumps to 6%, the interest payment shoots up to $3,199. So the total cost of the car would then be $23,199. That's roughly $1,100 more than with the 4% financing option. Now, when it comes to price drops in the used car market, things won't be evenly spread across the board. J.D. Power Valuation Services predicts that the most significant declines will occur in segments that are currently experiencing intense demand, such as small, compact, and mid-size passenger cars. So, if you're eyeing a vehicle from one of these segments, you might want to hold off a bit and see how the market develops in 2024. But here's the tricky part. Should you wait to buy a used car altogether? Well, that depends on your specific circumstances. If your current vehicle is on its last legs and you desperately need a new set of wheels, then it's probably wise to make a purchase now. On the other hand, if you have the luxury of waiting and the desire for a car is not urgent, exercising a bit of patience could pay off handsomely. Here's an interesting twist though. Despite the higher costs associated with buying a car right now, selling or trading in your current vehicle could bring in more money than you expected. In fact, you can maximize your returns by exploring instant cash offers where local dealers compete to purchase your car. Well, that's quite your decision to make, but then, what do you think about this topic? Let us know down in the comments section.